Shalom Israel. First and foremost, want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem HaKadosh, that warns the apostles and elders great millstone for teaching us his true peace and blessings to the hope collective in Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father in Hebrew by Hashem is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the begotten Son. Back in our lesson, and this is going to be another M.O.T.B update, as you're seeing the infrastructure and the foundation that's being laid out right before your very eyes, and how they're slowly conditioning and preparing people for this B system is M.O.T.B. And you can even see in the top of this video right here, it says M.O. I don't want to say the full word just in case my video get taken down, but M.O.T.B. C-HIP. And it is a physical mark, which we'll go into later in the lesson and prove it by the way of the scriptures. So, came across the video, and I do want to play it real quick just to get out the way, and we'll dive into these couple scripts that came to mind, and the Lord's will is lesson be edifying.
This man saying that he don't got to use no credit card or nothing to pay for this water right here.
Oh, I didn't know if you need help or anything. Bye.
And a lot of people are going to see the benefits in having and taking that charagma. And you're already seeing, how many people are, seeking to hop on board with the new technology, and especially with these new apps that they're implementing, pushing out, especially dealing with Amazon One, which you're about to see this person use right here, where you're able to pay with the palm of your hand. So a lot of people are going to see the benefits of that and how much easier and quick it is, But let's continue on.
Oh, I got my, okay, thank you. Whoa, wait a minute.
Fraud code accepted. Select payment type.
What barcode? Hold on. Wait a minute.
There you go. So many people are going to see the convenience right now, even with these apps, and how much quicker and swift it is, not needing to pull out your cash or your phone or your credit cards to pay for things, And this is ultimately an introduction to the M.O.T.B. Let's actually see what the comments had to say. I didn't check the comments yet. Now, the people that immediately don't see this as an issue are going to be the downfall of all of us. It's lucky for the background noise. But let's see. Yep, this person got it right. So people have no idea of the freedom they are giving up when cash is gone. And very soon you won't be able to do anything without that C-HIP, that charagma that they're going to implement. You're even also seeing Elon Musk beginning human trial testing. Many people already are taking, similar technology to that of the Neuralink. So, hey, we're in those times, man. And it should be clear by now what the M.O.T.B is. That RFID C-HIP. Now, let's get these scriptures I got. Let's make a quick lesson through the Spirit. Just a quick quick update. Going to the M.O.T.B. I usually like to go into these once a week, if not more, with a lot of news that's popping up. But 2 Corinthians 2:11 now says, "Let Satan can avenge of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." So we see what this devil's playing at and what he's trying to do, and how he's conditioning and preparing people for this beast system, which is everything to be mainly ran through that M.O.T.B, that RFID C-HIP. Just like how you have universal remotes in your house, which pretty much goes to everything, that's what this M.O.T.B is going to be. Even had a couple months back where the WEF came out and said that if you don't, take or have that, what is that? It's, trying to remember exactly the words, but I think in the article it goes into how CBDCs are going to be under your skin and how you're going to need to have it in order to participate in society. So hey, there we go. I'm trying to recall the exact article and the wording of it, but which I believe I have on my channel, and many other brothers also went to themselves. But just wanted to recall that. Remember one more time. Let Satan can avenge us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We see what he's playing at and what he's trying to do, especially with the implementation of all these different apps that they're implementing, pushing out, and a lot of people are going to seek and take heed to these things for convenience, especially the people in Babylon the Great in America, with how lazy they are, they're gonna, seek for that heavily, But let's continue on. Revelation 13, 16 to 17. Now it says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. And you should know the scripture by now already. You're really seeing this prophecy, building up and playing out right before your very eyes, man. You're seeing a lot more stores implementing more self-checkout aisles. You're seeing the dollar collapsing right in front of your face. Continuing to lose its value. America is in its all-time high in debt. I believe 32 trillion, it's not 31. A lot of these other nations are leaving and dropping the dollar. So a lot of people are going to seek and look for a so-called solution, for something bigger and better to replace the dollar. And guess what? It's going to be digital, man. It's going to be by the way of the RFID once again, which we're grading right now, one more time. And he called both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, so pretty much everyone, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. And that's why it's important to look into the definitions and the etymology of words so that you know what the scriptures is talking about, which we'll get in the blue letter right here to show you what the word mark in Revelation 13 and 16 is speaking of. So yeah. Thought we'd just pull it up right there. Alright. Revelation 13:16. Let's get the word mark, which goes into the word charagma in the Greek. I'll play this real quick.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Let's go right here. Now it says a scratch or etching, showing you that it's a physical mark. And you still have a lot of these other Israelite camps pushing and promoting that the M.O.T.B is a spiritual mark, that it's sin. And this just goes to show that they have sold out. You even had a few of them promoting and pushing the juice, man. So imagine when it comes to the M.O.T.B, they took the bag. And that's why you'd be careful and wary of who you are listening to, man. Because you're going to have a lot of people that's in those camps. You're going to start to, question, the leadership, man. Dealing with IUIC, ICPK, and a few others. They're not really preparing you for the times that we are coming into. But you know who are? The apostles and elders at Great Millstone, man. That are really teaching this truth, that are warning our people. And if you like my brothers, that also follow that same doctrine. But let's continue on. We got the root word I wanted. And he calls up a small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. So once and twice, it's important to look into the etymology of the words. Go into the word mark, which goes into the word charagma, which then goes into etch, scratching, or etch or scratch, showing you that it's a physical mark, man. You can't get any clearer than that. That's it in their right hand or in their foreheads. You also see Elon Musk creating that Neuralink and a few other similar companies, following in suit. Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. And very soon, you won't be able to operate or live a so-called normal life without having that charagma. I mean, look what happened with the lockdowns, the juice mandates. People weren't able to travel, leave their homes, enter stores. People weren't able to get on planes. You need to have a green pass to show that you have been tested, that you took the juice. So imagine when it comes to M.O.T.B. Even looking back at the people and how angry they were with the people that didn't take the juice, that weren't with that. They're wanting them to be fined, jailed. There's one football player that tweeted, I forgot, it was a while back. I believe other brothers that spoke on it. I think I made a lesson going into it myself. But, he's pretty much saying, those that weren't with the Jews, that those that didn't take it, should be, jailed and fined. And look what happened to him. He got taken out, man. As we've seen many other athletes, basketball players, football players having heart attacks. And you wonder why. Verse 17. One more time. and that no man might buy or sell save he that the mark of any beast or the number of his name. So very soon you won't be able to buy nor sell without that charagma. You won't be able to enter stores. You won't be able to go to your job, to receive your check, to travel, to leave your state, your city, to do anything. You won't be able to live a so-called normal life without it. And that's why I also brought up, that WEF article I was mentioning, which goes into how they said CBDCs need to be implanted under your skin, and how you won't be able to participate in society without it. So it should be clear by now what Revelation 13:16 is speaking of, man. And also these devils are blatantly putting it right in front of your face. Now, as the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 10, now it says, "Fear none of the things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast you into prison." That devil speaking of Esau, Edom, and so quiet in the day, "that ye may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days, going to a certain period of time." And we're going to face persecution for not bowing down to this beast system, for not taking that charagma, for standing stiffly for Yahweh Shema Shai. We're going to be hated. We're going to be looked upon as the bad guys, as selfish. As a lot of people like to say, when those lockdowns were in place and people didn't take the juice, you're selfish, you don't care about the people around you, and all this stuff, man. When you go into the scriptures, if you take that mark, that charagma, you will be destroyed. A one-way ticket to death, man. Read it from top one time. "Fear none of the things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." So if you endure and continue to believe and remain faithful even unto death, there is a reward and a prize waiting for us, man. Because you will have some, certain members of the elect, pass on this side and be beheaded for the testimony of Yahweh Shai, for standing stiffly for the Lord in this truth. But guess what? They're going to be risen back up. They're going to come back first. When you get, I believe, Revelations, I believe around the 20th chapter. But Revelation 3 and 10, to also enter that point, that's because I was kept with my patience. I will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Many of our people also bring up those questions. If we're not able to live a so-called normal life without it, or do anything without it, what are we going to do? Put your faith and trust in Yahweh Shema Shai. Which I may be part 2 going to this right here. Going into all the miracles and the great things that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to do for those that believe. Because many scriptures are going to tell the Lord to take care of us in the midst of the famine, the persecution, the trials, the tribulations, and everything that's coming our way, man. Yahweh Shema Shai got us. Believe, remain faithful, man. Because I was kept with my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. The Lord is going to keep us from, taking that charagma. Because you're going to have many people that know this truth are going to crack into that person that's going to bend the knee and give in. That's why we continue to pray to Yahweh Shema Shai to keep His Spirit upon us and to give us the strength in order to endure these coming these coming times, as well as to deny that M.O.T.B. Because it says we're going to be tried for a reason. Families going to be used against you. Your own woman may go against you to pushing and urging you to take that charagma. Because many brothers have families. They have a woman, they have young ones. And you may have the woman, urging them to go out and take it, or she may even take it herself and get the kid to see it along with her. And that's why scripture going to Isaiah 33 and 6, how wisdom, knowledge shall be stability of thy times. We're going to be tried, man. But having this knowledge, this truth that Yahweh Shema Shai gave us, we're going to be stable, man. That's why you got to have a strong foundation. So that's what I believe Matthew 7. Having that strong foundation so that we're able to pretty much endure these coming times. With all the confusion and wickedness that's going on around us. Especially when we're faced with temptation, which you see right here one more time. Because I was kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. What's the hour of temptation going to be? Is when the M.O.T.B is presented in front of us, man. And the Lord's going to keep us from that. He's going to give us the strength in order to deny it. To not bow down to this beast system. To stand stiffly for Him, man. Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So many people are going to be faced with this, man. And those that do not take it, we're going to be faced with death, man. A choice will have to be made. And many people are going to pick the wrong one. Matthew 24 and 24. A lot of people are going to choose the so-called easy way out. Choosing so-called life. But in reality, you chose death. Many Matthew 24:24. As if for there shall rise false anointed and false prophets. We're just seeing those false prophets. Leading our people astray, not really preparing Jake for what's to come. Promoting that M.O.T.B is a spiritual mark. When that's not the case. And we just proved it earlier. And shall show great signs and wonders. Many people are going to be in awe at these great signs and wonders. These miracles that they're going to be performing on the left-hand side through the technology. Because you see with Elon Musk, with the Neuralink and all the benefits, the incentives of receiving it. How people are paralyzed and be able to walk in, people are blind and be able to see. And you already see many people receiving similar technologies as that of the Neuralink. Where they're now able to walk again. You see many videos coming out about it. One more time, it shall show great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But it's impossible to deceive the elect. One more time, it shall show great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect, but it's not possible. So I keep going to, for many are called, but few are chosen. 2 Thessalonians 2:9 now says, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. I was mentioning earlier, a lot of people want to see the benefits of receiving that charagma. How cool it is, and more quick and swift at making payments and doing all the basic things. Many people are going to gravitate towards that, man. They're going to see convenience in it. I don't have to carry my laptop, my wallet, cash, credit card, phone. I don't hold any of that. Because I believe Neuralink, you're able to surf the web within your brain and all that. Which I made a lesson going into the title's called how having the internet in your mind. Someone was able to pretty much surf the web with their thoughts. Say, hey, we're in those times, man. Revelations 14:9-10, and this is the judgment that will come to you if you do bow down and take that charagma, that sea hip. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead, and you receiving that mark goes to show that you are in agreement with it. If any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, and a lot of people will try to use this right here in Revelation 13:16, where it says in your right hand, what if I take it in my left hand? What if I do this? What if I do that? You're trying to create a loophole, man. One more time, let's see. Let's get the bottom part of it. It says free and bond to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. And people will use this to say, that doesn't mean we can't take it in our left hand. Which you'll see right here in Revelation 14:9. Read it one more time. And the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So any hand or any way you take it, you're going to be destroyed, man. Simple as that. There's no creating a loophole and slithering around the judgment that will come to you if you take it. Verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. What's that fire and brimstone going to be? Those thermonuclear missiles that Yahweh Shah is going to barrage this place with. If you take that mark, guess what? You have front row seats. In the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb, that Lamb being Yahweh Shai. Now we're going to shut it down with James 1:12. Like I said, is a super, big lesson, just another update, going to what these devils are doing. Because you've been seeing a lot of more stores implementing more self-checkout aisles and adding Amazon One. So it's pretty much becoming the norm. James 1:12. Now it says, blessed is the man that their temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. So if we endure or remain faithful and continue to believe, there is a reward and a prize waiting for us. Once again, as I mentioned earlier, that crown of life. Be in the kingdom, immortality, new bodies, spiritual power. A great reward waits for us, man. The scripture going to how our labor is not in vain. There's a reward for enduring and facing adversity, man. These trials, these tribulations, these afflictions, especially for Yahweh Bashem Shai, man. Blessed is the man that their temptation for when he is tried shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. So there you go. And you'll pretty much hit the main point already. As you've already seen, the infrastructure and foundation being laid out right before your very eyes. Now they are once again conditioning and preparing people for this beast system. You're seeing schools implementing, lockers that have digital locks on it to where you need to show your ID in order to unlock it. Stores having similar technology to that, where you need to show your ID in order to open a door. So you see how they're slowly preparing the people for this M.O.T.B. And people, guess what, are gonna line up instantly when it's pushed out. I can listen to music in my brain now. Jake is through, man. And you know how Jake is when new things pop up. Jake wanted to be on the next big thing, the next big wave. That's what's coming, man. But what's in? Lord is edifying. I do not give all praises, all honor, all glory to Yahweh Bashim Ashai, Bashim Kakdash, that one of the apostles, and elsewhere millstone for teaching us his truth, peace, and blessings to the hope, collectivism, shalom. See you next one, Lord willing.